It was 2:47 a.m. when Sam's phone rang. The room was cloaked in darkness, save for the faint glow of the phone screen. A private number flashed on the display, sending a shiver down his spine. He had been having trouble sleeping lately, plagued by unsettling dreams and a sense of being watched. Tonight was no different. The phone's sudden ring felt like an intrusion into his already fragile state of mind. He hesitated, his finger hovering over the answer button. Who could be calling at this hour? His mind raced with possibilities, none of them comforting. Finally, he took a deep breath and answered, his voice barely a whisper. "Hello? You shouldn't have ignored me, Sam," whispered a mysterious voice on the other end. It was a voice that seemed to come from the depths of his worst nightmares. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing in the silent room. He felt a cold sweat break out on his forehead. The voice was familiar, but distorted, like a broken record playing a haunting tune. He looked around the room, his eyes darting to every shadow, every corner. The sense of being watched was overwhelming, as if unseen eyes were boring into him. He was alone, or so he thought. The room was empty, but the feeling of another presence was palpable. It was as if the very air around him was charged with a malevolent energy. Sam turned on the lamp, the sudden light casting long, eerie shadows across the room. The familiar surroundings now seemed alien and threatening. Shadows stretched across the room, twisting and contorting into shapes that seemed almost alive. He could feel his pulse quicken, the fear gripping him tighter with each passing second. The TV flickered, even though it was unplugged. The screen filled with static, the white noise filling the room with an unsettling hum. The line went dead, leaving only the sound of static. It was as if the very fabric of reality was unraveling around him. He checked his call logs, his hands trembling. Nothing there. No missed calls, no received calls. It was as if the call had never happened, a ghostly whisper in the night. Then a soft knock on his window, 3 slow taps. Knock, knock, knock. The sound was deliberate, almost mocking. His breath caught in his throat. He lived on the 12th floor. The realization hit him like a punch to the gut. There was no way anyone could be outside his window. Sam's breath quickened, each inhale sharp and shallow. He slowly walked to the window, each step feeling like a journey through a nightmare. The room seemed to stretch and warp around him, the distance to the window growing with each hesitant step. A pale hand pressed against the glass from outside. The sight was surreal, like something out of a horror movie. The hand was ghostly white, the fingers long and thin, pressing against the glass with an unnatural stillness. "I found you." The voice now inside the room. It was closer, more intimate, as if the speaker was standing right behind him. He could feel the breath on his neck, the words sending a chill down his spine. The screen cuts to black, plunging the room into darkness. The oppressive silence was broken only by the sound of his own ragged breathing. The sound of heavy breathing stopped suddenly, replaced by an eerie silence. It was as if the very air had been sucked out of the room, leaving a void of nothingness. Text on screen. Sam was never seen again. The words lingered, a haunting reminder of the night's events. The mystery of what happened to Sam remained unsolved, a chilling tale that would be whispered about for years to come.